Hey, Vaughn, I know it's still early in the preparations, but what stands out to you most about the Rams offense and Cooper Cup in specific?
Oh, you know how explosive they are. Always working from guys leverage, finding a way to get open always. Just having a relentless tone and always trying to hit the long ball always and breaking tackles. And he got 140 receptions on the year. So Stafford finds a good way to find him in the offense. And with Stafford arm talent, he can make every throw very powerful. And so that's what you see on film that sticks out the most.
All right, Dave Lapham.
With respect to Cooper Cup, Vonn, and congratulations, by the way, on getting to the Super Bowl. But with respect to Cooper Cup, is it a deal where he wins because of his physical talents in one-on-ones, because of his ability to get in and out of cuts and all that? Or is he schemed open more so than, or is it a 50-50 deal? Which way does it go? Is he schemed open more than he wins, or how does that break down?
He's a phenomenal talent. I don't think it's either one. I think he just knows his leverage. He knows what defense gives him. He knows how to work throughout the offense. And that's what he does a great job with, setting up his routes and really using his craftiness of doing that when guys are getting too impatient or they're playing too aggressive. So he's just working off their leverage. So he does a phenomenal job of doing that.
Laurel Phaler.
Thank you. Was there a point that you could look at this season that really where you felt like things kind of turned for the defense? Is there a moment that you look back at as kind of that moment that changed things for you guys?
It's really been the whole year, through the ups and downs. Guys just kept on fighting. We had told you, like, we have a relentless group. Never too high, never too low. We just always going out there just trying to do our job at the best ability we can and just playing for one another. And that's the biggest thing. So it's really not a pinpoint game. I could really pinpoint that answer for you, but I can just say throughout the year, it's just having a relentless group effort with the coaches and players and guys just trying to find a way to win and get on track with everything we do.
Ben Baby.
Here. Hey, Vonn, obviously you guys are familiar with OBJ. How does he look differently maybe with the Rams, and how is that familiarity that y'all have? How does that benefit you guys in this matchup?
He looks more comfortable than the offense. They're finally making it simple for him, getting open. Stafford's finding them. They put him in a situation to be successful. So that's the biggest thing. He's getting touches, getting touchdown catches. So that's the biggest thing to keep a receiver happy. So that's the biggest thing. So, he's a special talent. He's very explosive and got to play a great technique and eyes. And always just lean on that for sure.
Dan Horde.
Hey, Vonn, with your crack of dawn routine and body clock, is West Coast time tricky for you? And does it take a few days to adjust?
It'll take me about a day or so for sure. It'll take me a day. I get there. Stay in my routine. I always just stay on that, just getting up. The iPhone changed for you now, so I don't got to worry about that. I just have my alarm set, so it's going to take a day or so.
Bill Rabinowitz.
Hi, Vonn. Nice to see you. It's been a few years. Twice in your career, you've gone to places where your addition meant more than just as a player. Urban Meyer said that when you signed with Ohio State, it showed the Buckeyes could really compete on the recruiting trail with the SEC. And obviously you coming to the Bengals was viewed as kind of a culture changer. What does that mean to be viewed that way? And why did you pick both Ohio State and the Bengals?
Oh man, it's truly an honor. It really goes to my parents. The work ethic they instilled in me. Always just a grinder, always just figuring out how to figure out things and always trying to be the first to things and just always just working, just a relentless work effort. And always whatever you want, go get it. You got to work for it. And always just having that instilled in me and my parents and how I was raised. That's the biggest thing. And they so competitive. If I had a great game, they would always tell me it's not good enough. So it's always that mindset I always have that's instilled in me, always working to the next. What's the next mission? And so that it's a huge shout out to them and becoming the man I am today. And going to Ohio State, I always just want to be different. And I knew we had the right recruiting class. Looking back, I just meshed. It just felt like home to me. that was the biggest thing with Coach Fick, Coach Eric Withers recruited me, Coach Meyer, and Coach Combs there. So it just felt that with me. And just here, I looked at the roster again the same way. And I told Jesse when I first got here, we had a turnover tape on like Saturdays. And Aaron Glenn used to make, it was our defensive back coach in New Orleans. And we had that made on Saturday, and he was always on it, getting takeaways. And we said, I always admired his game from afar. Didn't know him personally. I told him that, and we always just study him. And so, I just knew that would be a great tandem. Just come here and just give whatever I know. And told him, like, hey, you just learn off of each other and just really, like, compliment each other. And so that was the biggest thing, just looking at the lineup, knew what kind of guys and what kind of locker room we could become and build, and we could keep on adding pieces to the defense. So that's the biggest thing for sure.
Thanks, Vonn.
Mm-hmm.
Aditi Kinkawala.
Hey, Vonn. I love that smile. Thank you. Your defense, you'll give up a big play and then bow up. You'll get all the way down to the 20 and then get tough in the red zone. The mindset right there that you guys don't flinch, that you don't panic. Who does that come from? Where does that come from? Do you talk to each other when, just can you explain some of that?
Yeah, for sure. Getting this deep at this level, the teams are getting better and better each week. Guys gonna make plays. You gotta think about that. They're getting paid this much money. They're going out there making plays for that team, and they're good. They're 1% in the world. And a collective group effort on the defense. We always say they cannot score a touchdown holding the 3. Even if we get a punt block, a field goal block team, we could probably block the field goal. So we always thinking no points, no touchdowns allowed. So we always remind that to each other. Like, get settled. It's okay, man. Next play mentality. Things happen, but they don't got to score though. Number 3. So that's always the mindset for sure.
Jeff Hobson.
Thanks, Shrammy. Vonn, most famous interception in Bengals history, no doubt. The first thing I want to know is, what time were you in the room on Monday morning after that AFC Championship game? And if you can break down the play, it's probably the biggest play of the game. It got you guys into the Super Bowl. How did it happen? And your man Bates was right there. Can you break that down a little bit? And what time were you in there? Monday.
It was Monday, huh? I was there about like 6 something. Yeah, I was in the building by like 6:30. But the play it's like kind of like a high, like 7-man. Like it was a man call for sure. 10 was at 3. We knew if he was at 3, he runs these deep overs and whatnot. And so it's just a phenomenal play by Jesse for sure. And I was just there running to the ball and just fell in my lap. So, all the football guys looked down, like, I've been living right. And that play was meant to be. So that's what happened, really.
6:30 is a little late for you, isn't it?
It's a win. After a win. Everything feels better after a win. So I'm still in the building, man. First one in now.
As always, thanks, Vonn.
For sure.
Charlie Goldsmith.
Mike Hilton, obviously a big part of the defense. Can you describe how much he brings to the table on the field and how big his versatility and all the things he can do is?
It's huge. He's like another coach on the field. He knows the situational downs. He knows everything within, with splits and everything. He calls out routes. He has just a great natural feel for the game, and that's huge. That's something that can't be coached. And he's a natural playmaker. And he just had that instinct, the knack for the ball taken away, and a great tackler. And just like the field, like I said, he knows gaps inside. He knows to hit when his guy flash back. So it's just a natural born football player, man.
Joe Daneman.
Vonn, after what this team has done against the Raiders defensively, against the Titans defensively, and against the Chiefs, who are considered one of the best offenses in the NFL defensively, do you think the people who are now paying attention to the Super Bowl are paying attention to this defense the way it should be after the way you guys have performed in the playoffs?
We ain't worried about the outside. We worry about what's inside here. We just go show up there and do our job and just go out there and just play relentless. We're a hungry group. Guys always constantly, it's always set upon. It's about the ball, about takeaways, about doing our job. And we go out there and just feed off one another. And that's the biggest thing. We just want to keep on building that momentum and keep on rolling into this game.
Mike Petraglia.
Vonn, I want to go back to you and Jesse, and why do you think you two get along so well? You mentioned that you always admired him from afar. He was always making big plays, but why is it when you actually got here, you guys mesh so well?
Man, want to be great, want to be legendary. And that's the biggest thing. When you got guys that's two driven guys, they're alphas, and this guy just going out there just want to make plays for the team and make plays for one another. It's gonna be something special for sure. You know, he's a smart guy, man. He knows football, he knows splits, he knows concepts, he knows what the quarterback will give to him, and that's why you see him making so many plays out the middle of the field. And man, he's very detailed throughout his work, and that's the biggest thing. I'm a very detailed and thorough person too, so that's the moment we click. So it's the biggest thing for sure.
Thank you.
Dan Hope.
Hey, Vonn, what are the biggest ways in which you feel like Ohio State has helped you get to where you are now? And what's it been like sharing a secondary with Eli again this year? And how do you think maybe your former experience playing together has helped you guys?
I learned a lot from Ohio State throughout the coaching staffs and the strength staffs. And, man, it really just – well, I was telling that relentlessness that my parents instilled in me, it helped me instill it there. It profounded. And really just going through the mat drills, the training camps and everything. Even when I tore my MCL, it was like a lot of adversity, but overcame all of that. And that really instilled that in me still today. And that's the biggest thing for sure. And man, getting back with Eli, that's my guy. You know, he's a brother. Man, it's gonna be a long life bond relationship there, because we could talk to each other how we want to and we can express ourselves. So, but you know, he's playing phenomenal, playing at a high level. I spoke upon him last week, man. I couldn't be more proud of him. And that's the really thing. When you have a bond with somebody, it can never leave. So when you're playing with that person, you already know how they're thinking, and you're gonna be 2 steps ahead. So that's the biggest thing. That's huge. Especially for a locker room in the city. So, you know, he called me whenever I pick him up for work or whatnot. So, but yeah, whatever.
Tom Archdeacon. Arch, you're on mute there.
All right. Hey, Vonn, why is it this team, black and white, vets, rookies, stars, backups, that you guys get along so well? And how did this happen? This doesn't happen on every team. Why is it, and how did it happen?
Because at the end goal, everybody want to win. They want to do something they never done before, and that's the biggest thing, because you go put yourself behind and you go put team first. That's the most thing that's been talked about this locker room. It's not about I, it's about we, and how we get along so well is we hold everybody accountable. It's no egos in the locker room. It's a family, and that's the biggest thing. And guys want everybody to eat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can be successful, and we breed off that. You know, when one guy getting a shine, everybody will get a shine, especially when you're winning. There's a lot of cameras that go be out there. They coming out to see us. It's not one person. They come to see us. So that's the biggest thing. And that's just the culture that we instilled, and that's the standard. So that's the biggest thing for sure.
Time for a couple more. Jay Morrison.
Hey, Vonn, I'm curious, what was your thought when Lou said he was going to buck conventional wisdom and only send 3 after Patrick Mahomes? And how have you seen him grow in your 2 years here in that regard in terms of in-game adjustments?
It was just a look that he would give. You know what I'm saying? You just showed like you're down and only rush 3. But you know he's going to pass the ball. And you know you're going to make him hold it and give him time for those guys to rally and recover and have like 4 pair of eyes on him if he scrambled. So that's the biggest thing, and we're going to take care of the rest back in the backfield. So that's a huge thing. And going through the second year, he really made me grow throughout my football. Really, you know, I thought he's a mad scientist, man. He knows a lot. And it really just helped me grow in my football knowledge mind. And it's like I'm always picking off his brain, how he think, how he see things. So that's the biggest thing when you want to feed off somebody that has that much knowledge. And so you got that much respect for him. So he go break it down, make it simplify for you so you can play faster. And he want to put you in position to make plays and have everything squared away. So that's the biggest thing when you have somebody like that for sure, leading the defense.
Last question from Box Miller. Go ahead, Box.
Hey, thanks, man. Vonn, how you doing, brother?
What's up with it?
Oh, good. Hey, talk about the moment after you guys clinched the Super Bowl, you and Lou Anarumo, your relationship and just kind of what you guys said to each other.
We did it, man. But job not done. Job not done. And one more to go. And man, I said, what you go out cooking up for us next week? You know, he in the lab. He in the lab always, man. Always coming up with something, thinking of something, and he always gonna put in his position to be successful. And man, his work ethic, his relentlessness never stops. You know, he got his mind always going, and always on to the next. So he just said, job not done yet. So we got a lot of work to do, and you know, got a lot of time right now, so you can detail things and go through it thoroughly. So that's the biggest thing right now.
Thank you.
For sure.
All right, Vonn, that's all for today. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Bye.